Dune in 3D. That's right, folks. At the theaters, Tommy Boy went to the theater, saw Dune in 3D. Upon arrival, I received my hermetically sealed 3D glasses in a nice bag. You take them with you when you leave. You no longer throw them in the bin on your way out. This is Dune Part 1. That's right. The director, Denis Villeneuve, said that he did not want this to be, quote, chopped into a million pieces. So he made it as a two-part film. Now, we don't know when Part 2 is coming out. We need to get out there and support Part 1 so that we can get Part 2, because this is an absolute epic film. 2021 release, 2 hours and 35 minutes, 8.3 on International Movie Database, 84% critics score on Rotten Tomatoes, 94% audience approval score on Rotten Tomatoes. The sound score was done by Hans Zimmer. He also did Blade Runner 2049, as well as Denis Villeneuve directed Blade Runner 2049. The music score is absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal music score. This is based on the Frank Herbert novel of 56 years ago, folks. 56 years ago, this novel was written. Some of the stars, and I'm going to mess these names up, but here we go. Timothy Chalamet, Rebecca Ferguson's in here. Jason Momoa is in here. Stellan Skarsgård's in here. You've got Josh Brolin, Dave Bautista, Zendaya's in here, and Oscar Isaac is in here, and a whole slew of other stars. A fantastic, epic adventure, folks. Look, you wouldn't be here right now if you didn't know about Dune, the novel. Dune, the 1984 version. I think there was a Dune 2000. I can't remember, but you wouldn't be here right now if you didn't know the story. The main lead character here, played by Timothy Chalamet. He's Paul in here. He's Paul, son of a duke. This whole story revolves around this planet that has a mineral on it called spice. The spice mineral is essential to intergalactic travel. You have to have this spice. This movie has a feeling of, for somebody who hasn't watched any of the other films, it has a feeling of Game of Thrones to it, Lord of the Rings, things like that. The ending is very good. It sets up for the second part. I really got vested in the lead character. He does a great job in this film. The music score is just, it's fantastic. It's a visual spectacular. This Denis Villeneuve does it again. He does it like nobody can. This is going to be another classic, it's just going to be something that people are going to talk about for a long time. That's how good this is. Very good, very good. Look, it's not for the kiddies. There isn't a lot of lightsaber battles and things like that like you see in Star Wars. It takes itself very seriously, very serious, and it's very true to the novel. So that's what you're going to get here, and you're going to be engrossed in this film. And it's 2.5 hours, and you're going to wish it never ends. And it gets to the end, it's like there's got to be more to this. And after 2.5 hours, I never got up one time out of my beautiful recliner chair. Okay, so that's some talk on the movie itself. Let's get into the 3D, because I know that's why you're here. You want to hear about the 3D, folks. Well, let me say this: the 3D is good. You got a lot of depths. Where it needs to be. There are times when there's hardly any 3D at all, but when it needs to be, it's there. I doubt very seriously that they had 3D in mind when they filmed it, but that's not the point. You can't make a movie like this with all the spectacular visuals and say, let's do this specifically for 3D. It doesn't happen. But the 3D is well worth going to see. You got your depths, you got your colors. You will get some pop-outs, surprisingly. I don't want to ruin the film for you, but there's a mosquito-type, insect-type object, and it comes out of the screen, kind of floats around the theater a little bit. You will get some objects, some small spacecraft that kind of come from inside the theater and kind of go into the screen. This is very few, though. This is very few, because this is mainly in the window look, with some depths. I will say this, as far as pop-outs go, all the dream sequences, have lens flares and a curtain of sun coming in, and that curtain of sun comes right into the theater, halfway into the theater every time that dream sequence comes into the theater. So if you got the dream sequence sun coming in, you've got this little insect type objects floating around the screen, you got a couple of spaceships, and you got your depth, and you do have your color. Here's what I want to say. My particular movie theater was dark. Even my previews were dark. So before 3D even started, and before I put my glasses on, the previews were dark, so I knew what was going on. I knew I had a projector that had a bulb with some wear on it. I mean, that's just the way it is. I have a projector. When projector bulbs wear out, they get dim. Now you may say, well, this is a modern theater. Why would you look? We had COVID 2020. These places almost closed up. This is another reason to get out there and support your movie theaters, folks. They need to replace these bulbs. We need to get some fresh bulbs here so we can get some brighter 3D, folks. I mean, that's the only thing I can surmise out of it. But it was still worth seeing in 3D. If you'd have told me, hey, could you want to get up and go watch it 2D next door? Never. I'd never do that. I am so used to watching 3D now. I only want to see movies in 3D, period. I don't care if they're a little dark. I'll tell you that right now. And when I came back, I put it on in 2D in the house, and a lot of the scenes are actually dark as well. Okay, so that's my take on this movie. I can't wait for part 2. I really hope we get part 2. So get out there and support the movie theater. Get out there and buy some tickets, and let's get part 2 so they can get enough money to make it. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so what am I going to do? I'm going to rate this movie, for the movie itself, 5 out of 5 stars. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. I'm going to give the 3D 3.75 out of 5. Why? Well, it was a little dark, and I would like it to have been brighter, and I would like a few more pop-outs. But other than that, it's well worth seeing in 3D, so get out there and enjoy yourself. All right, that's it for today. So listen, I want you to hit that like and subscribe button. I got a lot more in-home, home theater 3D movie reviews coming out. Got a contest coming up again, and I want you to stay safe. And as always, I want you to have a good night, and God bless.